Right. Hello, hello. I'm Kass Thomas. Thank you for joining this webinar about communication. Conversation and communication is the name of it. I'm currently living in Rome, Italy, and I am a longtime Access Consciousness certified facilitator. You can find out more information on that on accessconsciousness.com. I am the founder of a lot of things. And what are you the founder of, right? Of 7 Steps to Flawless Communication, a small little book that I wrote about 7 years ago. And it's now out in 20 different languages. I don't speak all of those languages, but I do understand the first language, and so do you, which is the vibration, the energy of someone. And do you understand your language? You know, 7 Steps is great. It's a small little book. We've got also workshops and programs and teachers around the world. Access Consciousness is amazing. I introduced Access to different languages about 15, 16 years ago. And one of the things that I know is that we all communicate. Even when we're not speaking, we're communicating. Sometimes it's just one word and 10 other words that are in silence, but they're being communicated in a different way to people. So I remember when I was in high school and in college, in high school in Boston, Massachusetts, in the US, and in college in New York City, and really hearing the communication that people were asking for and communicating in my unique way with everyone. And that's an invitation I'd like to be for you and for the world, to communicate continuously and recognize that you're communicating continuously, even if you don't speak. So, what would you like to activate with your communication? You know, I have an Access Consciousness specialty class. It's called Access Your Communication Genius, right? Have access, get access to, acknowledge, recognize that you are a genius in communicating. And a lot of times we're locked down into our heads and we don't recognize how many different ways we are communicating with others and how many different ways others are communicating with us, you know? And so this is the joy of possibilities that I would love to invite you to explore in your life and with the people you engage with. One of the things that I have been doing all of my life is enjoying different languages, enjoying different people from different cultures. I don't know if you heard the song I just shared, my 7 Steps song. There's no matter what your color, your nationality, or your creed, which means what's inside of you, you know, you are capable of communicating with everyone. And is it time to do that? Is it time to do that? So there's a lot of people ask, you know, different questions about communication, whether they want to be in communication with themselves, with their bodies, with other people, right? With the planet, with animals, with the world, right? With in different languages, if they want to communicate. And one of the many things that I invite people to do with that communication is to really have an awareness of what you would like to be or do, right? What is it that you would like to be or do? And if you're on this webinar, I would ask you kindly to just put your voice on silence because I will receive it energetically at any rate. But the silence that we are. Just 1 second of silence. Thank you. The silence that we are is only with our mouths, right? With our audio, on our webinars, on our video, on our Zooms. That's the only silence that we are, because you can just even feel your heart. It's beating, it's beating, it's beating. So you are never completely in silence. You are just making that kind of noise. And that kind of noise is something that even if you are listening to your breath and your breathing, you will always hear that. I don't know if you are interested in communicating with people directly. That is something that really, with the 7 steps, which are really quite simple, those 7 steps. That's something that when you have clarity about how you would like to communicate with your family, with yourself, with your body, with your animals and your friends, and maybe it's not going that well. It's really about communicating with others, first connecting with you, and there's some steps for that, then recognizing when you're disconnected and how to reconnect with you and other people in a very different way and establish true connection. So that is about communication once you're really clear about how you would like to engage in your business with people, in your family with people, in your life with people. That's what that's about. My Access Your Communication Genius, a different approach to communication. It was a class that I used to do based on something Golden Planet. Tales from the Golden Planet was my specialty class, and I was doing that about a lovely story. If you get one of the books of Access Consciousness, I'll share the link with you. First 5 chapters actually talk about that, and one of the things that people were really getting out of that was a desire to go back to what was identified as the golden planet. So after a few years in beautiful workshops on the Tales from the Golden Planet, I was talking with the founder of Access Consciousness, Gary Douglas, and asking what is the invitation that we can be for people not to necessarily go back, but to be so present in their lives, to be so present in the moment, right? That they would actually be able not only to be present in the moment, but to see the future, to receive all of the gifts from their past and create a reality that would bring them joy. Because really, one of the things that are really clear for me is, why are we here? Why did we choose to come to planet Earth? You know, if you and a lot in the Access Your Communication Genius class, which I have a series coming up about that class. One of the things is about really looking at the universe, approaching communication from a higher level so that you can then see what the beauty is of this planet Earth and what the contribution you can be and receive from this planet Earth. A lot of times people are not comfortable communicating with others. You know, sometimes people are communicating with someone, conversation and communication with someone. And even though they understand each and every word that person is saying, whether it's in their language or another language, they don't really connect with what that person is communicating. And sometimes that person doesn't connect with what they're communicating. So sometimes we're not truly present here in this reality, right? but we chose to be here on this planet. So, what is the approach to not refusing this reality? We're playing with other realities. We might be simultaneously in another dimension, you know? We have these amazing bodies, physical bodies. Does anyone else have a body? Yeah. We have these amazing physical bodies that are present here on planet Earth. But the vibration inside of us, the energy inside of us, the molecules inside of us, the cells, the water, the space is connected not only beyond our physical form, not only on this planet, but is part of this universe and beyond. So a lot of times people are really physically present only in this reality, in their body, a lot of times in their mind, which is a small part of our bodies. And sometimes people are present with so many dimensions and realities and universes, right? So both of that is awesome, right? You cannot get you wrong. There is no way you do you wrong. What is the approach to communication that would be a gift for you and allow you to enjoy being here every day, every minute, every moment of every day, even if it's difficult, right? Sometimes life is difficult, right? But you don't have to have difficulty. Sometimes you might have physical things going on in your body. Communication, conversing with your body, being in a dialogue, verbal and energetic, with your body will allow you to heal it as if by magic, right? So just to recognize what is your particular approach to communication? Is it from a wide, huge space and you're not able to connect with people? Is it so direct that you only listen to and hear what people say, that you don't also perceive, know, and receive, as we say, and access everything they're communicating to you? So if you're physically present here, however, not able to go beyond your current stable zone, then perhaps you would like to explore expanding that zone and accessing your communication genius in a very different way. And it's playful. And when in Access, we have a mantra that is about life, all of life, every moment of every day, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory, right? And I love to add a little bit of fun, right? And what is fun for you? And are you having fun, but you have not yet defined it or identified it as fun? That fun is not communicating to you in a way that you're receiving. And how can we allow you to receive what is fun, even if it shows up in a very strange way, right? So if you're willing to go beyond the veil, the way you may be trying to show up in this world, but that may not be the authentic truth of who you are, then exploring communication in different ways will be fun and delightful. And it does change your life. It does change your vibration. So I was asking when I started this Access Your Communication Genius class,
Yes.
what is the way? What is the way? I love that. I hear it myself. What is the way that we can invite people to not only be present with the past in this lifetime or in other lifetimes, right? And trying to go back to who they were. There are no coincidences. So who you are right now is your journey in life. And are you willing to converse with you, to communicate with the planet, to communicate with the universe and beyond in order to see things from a different perspective, right? And why would we choose planet Earth instead of Mars or Jupiter or the sun or the moon, right? We would choose planet Earth because our vibration here, our energy, our essence is a contribution here. And when you are really willing to connect with you and to access your communication genius, then ease, joy, and glory, even in difficult times, is all of life. And fun is the lightness, the exuberant expression, the abundance that you can enjoy in this world. So, access your communication genius is really using some amazing tools of access consciousness that a lot of people may not understand or stand under, as we say in English. Um, However, they are very fun and they are very vibrationally, energetically exuberant, and inviting people to play with those using something as simple as communication is one of my delights. When I was in out of college, was got at NYU a degree in mass communication and broadcast journalism. But I had spent a year in Europe from the United States, a year in Paris, learning French. I loved French. Going down to Spain, learning Spanish, going back to New York. And I didn't get that journalism, just writing, right? And really being alone and writing was my reason for being here, you know? So I actually went into a couple of different professions, and I've had many, and working with um, five-star huge hotels, Ritz-Carltons and Essex House, Japanese hotel, learning some Japanese as well, and meeting lots of famous people who always would come and want to talk to me. Now, they were staying at the hotel, but the communication that we had was quite unique. And so is your communication. When you are not feeling rejected by someone, it just may be the way they communicate. You know, a very famous producer from Hollywood would stay there. He was he wrote so many lovely things about all the advice and services and stuff that we were providing for him. But you would see him and you'd never think he was actually thankful. So if you are just looking at from this reality, from one perspective, how people are communicating with you, then you are not receiving your communication genius. If you're willing to look at it from different perspectives, and there's so many different ways to do that, look at it from different perspectives, then you can see, they may be saying one thing, but actually what they're communicating is something very different. So the words and the languages are not the first form of communication. The first form of communication is energetic, and that's who you are. 99.999% of who you are. is energetic. Even if you're walking by someone, I don't know if that's happened in your life today or yesterday, and it will tomorrow. Even if you're walking by someone or seeing someone online or listening to a song or hearing someone speak or reading a book, even if you are not verbally communicating with someone, how much are you receiving from them if you're willing? First, and this is what I talk about in the 7 steps, and please check out the easy, really easy steps. First, connect with you. Once you notice what's unique and different about you, that like 0.01%, because most people have all the same stuff, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, hands. But that 0.01% that's different about you is your unique brand of magic. And once that's step number 1 in the 7 steps, and once you recognize your magic, and if you haven't, please read the book, take the class, take the workshop, play, then you actually not only recognize the magic in the way someone else communicates, but you invite them to recognize what's unique and different about them. And that is such a gift, you know? And the founder of Access Consciousness, Gary Douglas, said if you are a contribution to one person, then you have changed the world. How cool is that? That it doesn't mean you have to leave the world, because are you willing? Are you willing to communicate with the birds and the bees? That's a song. And the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and the stars in the sky? Are you willing to communicate with everything? And if you are, if that's the way you're already communicating more easily with the gold of the planet, of this planet and others, with the moon, then perhaps your approach in accessing your communication genius from above, having a look at the planet from a different perspective, will allow you also to be present here and communicate with other people in a very different way. So there are different approaches to communication. However, communication is always unique when you are doing it, when you are being it, when you are willing to receive it, and when you are recognizing what you're here for, what you have, yes, done in the past that, like I said, you may not have liked, but it makes you unique. Every single conversation you've had, every single place you've walked in your town, in your house, in your country, in the continent that you're in currently, in the world, you have contributed and changed that place. So there is a place called home, and that currently is planet Earth. And when you recognize that and you're connecting with this planet Earth, whether you're doing it through those easy 7 steps, the 7th step is connect with the earth, be a part of the beauty, enjoy the sensations, whether you're doing it with this accessing your communication genius from the stars, the moon, the other planets, and looking down at the earth and seeing the beauty and the heartbeat of this earth, and recognizing that it is in line with the vibration of your heartbeat and your body, because you are here. And so when you are connected with you and you're connected with the earth and you recognize the beauty in your vibration, you can and will change your life, your business, your money flows, your relationships, and the world. How cool is that? How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to be the gift that you truly are? To perceive the gift that you are? to receive the gift that you are, to know the gift that you are, and to be the gift that you are. And once you're willing to do that and using whatever tools work for you, then you become the genius in communication that you have always been. And perhaps now is the time for you to recognize that. Yeah. So, what is your desire in communication? At the moment, it might be something really simple. I'm having a really difficult time with my sister. I'm having a really difficult time with my doggy. I'm having a really engaging time with my business, with my boss, with my employees, with my company, with my book writing, all of that, right? And if anything about business that you would love to explore, how you can communicate with your business in a different way, please check out Dancing with Riches, which is one of my books, being in step with the energy of change using the Access Consciousness tools. It's all the stories of my life working in music, being a music manager, having a production company, doing film, doing something for the United Nations that they showed at the UN in New York City, that I did a short commercial for the United Nations, and also accompanying famous musicians. I don't know if anyone knows Ray Charles, and lots of them. Anyway, around Italy when I first moved to Italy, just so many things that I've done that it's not that I don't remember them; they are already a part of me. And so writing books, helping Access Consciousness Publishing get books translated into different languages. I was the first one to translate books, have books translated for Access. Now I'm part of the team for over 15 years of that, and doing my Access, classes, which I absolutely love. And what else? What else? What is the contribution that I can be to you, to the world, to the planet, by sharing what I know is possible for each and every one of us? Okay. And so, love to invite you to play with your flawless communication and to open up your communication genius and begin dancing and being in rhythm with the riches of your life, financial riches, and also the unique brand of magic that you are. All right. Hope to see you live, online. You can find me all over the world, and energetically always with you. Please always be with you and connect with the truth of who you are. Don't believe that you cannot be perfectly you, because there's no one, no one on the planet that does you better than you. Have an awesome, awesome day. And I hope to see you live online next week. The week after, we'll be doing these little quick webinars, and we also have a monthly global communication calls. And yeah, I am here for that. I know that. Is it light? And what are you here for? What do you know? And what are you denying that you know, or pretending not to know? That if you're willing to acknowledge, perceive, know, be, and receive who you are, who you be, what you know, you can and will be it. Okay, thank you so much. And please remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. What are you choosing today? Just take 10 seconds. Lots of tools we use in the Access Your Communication Genius. But this is one of the amazing tools of the 10 steps to freedom, 10 tools. If you had 10 seconds, 10 seconds to live the rest of your life, what would you choose? Please, please, please choose the truth of you. That's not selfish. That is a great contribution to the world. Peace, love, and abundance. Bye bye.